Welcome back. You're still tuned into Halftime Report on CNBC-TV18. A lot of stocks are buzzing around in today's trading session. Just wanted to point out that one of the examples is Angel One. It's at the best levels that we've seen in a year. Good amount of volume traction after it reported what was a very good quarter for them. In fact, they've added the highest ever clients in a quarter, which was a growth of around 59% on a Q-on-Q basis. So there's a lot of traction which has come in terms of the earnings, and you can see that in the stock price as well. But let's talk more about earnings. Let's talk more about the macros as well as the pharmaceutical space. We have Bino Pathiparampil, who's the head of research at Elara Securities, joining on the show now. Bino, hi, welcome to the show. Well, since your key focus for many years has been the pharmaceutical space, I'm going to start by asking you about that particular space. We had a lot of news overnight with regards to Dr. Reddy's, Lupin, as well as Sun Pharma. For Dr. Reddy's, they've received 9 observations for their Bachupalli facility. Lupin has, received an approval for a drug which they might, in fact, have first to file on or exclusivity, which is used for narcolepsy. And we have Sun Pharma, where there is positive updates coming in on Cequa, which is a part of their specialty portfolio. Your view on all 3 of these?
Sure. Thanks, Ekta. I'll start with Dr. Reddy's. So, as you said, Dr. Reddy's had 9 observations from the US FDA for their biologicals facility. As of now, I don't think this is a major negative for the company. Dr. Reddy's is still in the early phases of putting in place their manufacturing for biologics manufacturing for the related markets. So a few observations from the US FDA is to be expected in the early stages, and as long as these are not major serious issues, I would think that this can be sorted out as we go along over the next few months. And Dr. Reddy's biologics plan should not get derailed significantly with this development. Coming to Lupin's approval, sorry.
Go ahead.
Coming to Lupin's approval, it can be a very good product for Lupin, having 180-day exclusivity in this product, but I don't expect this product to be to hit the market in the next couple of years. It's a slightly medium-term opportunity, but it can be a very good 180-day exclusivity, which can probably result in possibly several tens of millions of dollars revenue over those 180 days period. And coming to Sun Pharma, Sun's specialty business has been doing extremely well over the last few years, primarily driven by the largest drug, Ilumya. But other drugs like Cequa, Winlevi, etc., have added to the momentum. And we expect the new drug which they acquired from Concert Pharma to add to that momentum sometime in second half of FY25 or early FY26. Coming specifically to the data that has come out on Cequa, it is a major booster for the market potential of the drug because it has shown efficacy which is superior to the standard of treatment that was in the market. Even patients who sort of failed with the standard therapeutic, which was there earlier before Cequa, are showing improvement in their disease condition after using Cequa. So that significantly expands the market and could add to the sales momentum in Sun's specialty business in the regulated markets.
All right, Bino, so that's quite a roundup on the pharmaceutical space. But let's move beyond that as well. There have been a lot of downgrades that have come by on a couple of banks, on Axis Bank as well as State Bank of India in particular from UBS this morning. Wanted your thoughts on the financial space. How do you, position yourself ahead of the quarterly earnings season for the financial space? And what are you more, positive on? Is it NBFCs? Is it banks? Is it PSU banks? Your thoughts?
Broadly, on the bigger banks, we have seen the best of earnings or the best of interest margins behind us is our view. Most of the large banks will start seeing some increasing cost of funds going ahead. At the same time, passing on this completely to the customers is not happening at one go. It takes time. So we are expecting some new compression in the banking space, and this would be more pronounced in the larger banks, which is why we are expecting the larger banks to be a little weak in the near term. We remain more positive on the NBFC space, where we have seen continued growth momentum, which helps the companies absorb some of this increase in cost of funds. We continue to be positive on Bajaj Finance. The retail's lending momentum is continuing to be strong. We like PFC REC, where structural changes in the power sector as well as their entry to other infrastructure financing space is adding to growth momentum. We have recently upgraded Muthoot Finance, where we are seeing significant growth momentum. So we would stick to the NBFC space, where we see better growth momentum. We can absorb the compression in margins for the time being.
Okay, well, there seems to be a lot of enthusiasm on the real estate space. A lot of the companies have corroborated that enthusiasm as well, Bino. You know, the real estate index, for example, is at a multi-year high. Can you give us a sense in terms of any specific stocks that you would be positive on, or which sector within real estate, commercial, residential, would you be bullish on?
So we have seen a significant demand pickup in the residential real estate sector over the last couple of years, and that momentum is still staying and possibly even getting better, is the sense we are getting from our on-the-ground checks. Residential sales volumes are picking up significantly and continuing to improve. Pre-launches by major developers are getting lapped up by end users, and there is the proportion of investors in that is limited, which suggests that this demand is going to continue for some time. We are seeing this across cities, but in Mumbai and NCR, we think this is especially strong. In Mumbai, among Mumbai-based developers, we are positive on Mahindra Lifespace and Macrotech. We also like Bangalore-based Brigade Enterprises. So these are our top picks in the real estate space.
All right, Bino, a lot of questions, but running out of time. We'll probably continue this conversation another time as well. Wish you good luck, and thank you for your thoughts on various sectors as well. With that, we'll slip into a short break and come back, talk about the markets and individual stocks. Also, get you some perspective on trading strategies on the other side. Stay tuned.